Well, he missed the first couple plays there. Bomery dropping back to pass on 3rd and 5 on the first drive of the game. Rolling right off the play action. Nothing there. Tries to go back left. And it's going to be snuffed out and shut down by Clarence Marv. That is an 11-yard sack. And that will push Oklahoma back to their own 20, make it 4th and 16. And 3 and out for the Sooners early in this one. Max Pedroso does not get all of this one, only a 41-yard punt. Tulsa's Keith Lozano, the 9-yard return, sets him up real well at about midfield. Charlie Trent will dump it off short to Mark Jenkins, who will shrug off a defender, and he's got 9. Hand off to Jonathan Ard, who will turn ahead for a very nice gain on the counter of 10. And all of a sudden, they are getting closer and closer to that goal line at the Oklahoma 33. Ard with the carry again, he'll have 2. Charlie Trent looking for Brandon Tallman, but Tallman was not tall enough to go grab that one. Incomplete. 3rd and 8 on the Oklahoma 31. They hand the ball off to Cameron McGowan, who's only going to have a yard. So kind of a iffy play call there on 3rd and long. That will set up the 47-yard field goal attempt for the one and only Dave Perkins. Perkins lining up. He'll take his steps, foot to leather, and this one, no doubt about it. Tulsa, the 3-0 lead, 10 minutes to go in this opening quarter of play. Perkins kicks it off to the goal line. We will see Jared Thornton with a 21-yard return here. As whistles blow, and we have an injury for the Boomer Sooners. Corner Vince Murphy, a little shaken up on that play, and we will check on him at half. Let me highlight that. 1st and 10 now on their own 21 is where Bomerhy and this offense will start the drive. Dropping back, this one incomplete for Chuck Slade. On 2nd down, they'll go check down to Josh Wheeler for a yard, but Laundry will hit the turf as we will have defensive holding on Parker Robinson for the Golden Hurricane. This one accepted. Move on up, 1st and 10 after the penalty. Bomery dropping back, this one incomplete for Grant Stoltz, and he'll throw incomplete again on 2nd down, looking for Brandon McNeil. So 3rd and long here for Oklahoma. Boomery on the read option keeps it himself, and the Golden Hurricane defense not fooled. They will drop him for a gain of 3, making it 4th and long, 4th and 7, and we will see Max Pedroso on for another punt. His best punt of the night so far, this one hovering and carries for 52 yards. Lozano can only manage a 9-yard return. So 8:44 to go in this opening quarter of play. We will see Charlie Trent and the Golden Hurricane offense start on their own 28. Trent looking short to Cam McGowan, the running back on a Texas route, and he will dive ahead for a gain of 8, make it 2nd short. The direct handoff to Cam McGowan here, and he's got 10. They go hurry up and right back to McGowan again, and he finds 7. So that will be 25 yards in 3 plays, all gained by Cameron McGowan. Make it 2nd and 3. They hand the ball off to Jonathan Ard, who finds no space and no gain. 3rd and 3 on the Sooner 47. The handoff is to Jonathan Ard, who looks to be stuffed, but he finds space. Threading the needle, he will go down after a 9-yard gain, creating his own hole. Makes it 1st and 10 at the Oklahoma 38. They go I form and go halfback dive to Jonathan Ard, but that right end swoops in unblocked and drops Ard for a 3-yard loss. Make it 2nd and 13. Trent looking for Mark Jenkins, but this one overthrown. So 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 on the Oklahoma 41. Trent hands the ball off to Jonathan Ard, who tries to find some space but will be pushed out of bounds after only a gain of 5. So it will be 4th and 8 on the Oklahoma 36, and Dave Perkins on to attempt the 53-yard field goal. He hit from 47 earlier in the game, this one from 6 back. Lining up foot to leather. And this one is looking good, but it's going to drift right and doink off the upright. Potentially wind, potentially didn't quite line up the kick, but he will miss from 53. Oklahoma and quarterback Nick Boomery taking over. They will open up the drive by handing it off to Grant Stoltz, who will have a gain of 6, second and 4. This one too low, incomplete for Chuck Slade. Third and 4. Boomer, play action, looking, dumps it off to Josh Wheeler. Wheeler turns on the wheels and will have 10 and a first down. They go, hurry up. Boomery dropping back, looking for Wheeler again. He's got him again. Wheeler edging from left to right, goes out of bounds after a 13-yard gain, and they find themselves just outside the Tulsa red zone at the 28. They hand the ball off to Robert Hine, who will have a gain of 8, and that will make it second and 2 on the Tulsa 20. Boomerang hands off to Reuben Nichols, who will lose 2. Third and 4. They hand the ball off to Robert Hine. Hine finds some space. Hine dives ahead. He's got a gain of 10, as that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. It is 3-0 Golden Hurricane. Wow, it really is a top 10 matchup, huh? I put the voting out before the ranking came out, but that's crazy. All right, we continue to roll. Start of the second quarter, it is 1st and 10 on the Golden Hurricane 12. Boomer hands the ball off to Robert Hahn, who will only manage a yard. Stout defense there by the Golden Hurricane. 2nd and 9, Stoltz finding some space. He's got a gain of 4 on the carry. 3rd and 5 from the Tulsa 7. Boomer dropping back to pass and just tries to get it to Brandon McNeil, but this ball is wildly thrown, nowhere close. And Caleb Thornton came down thundering and absolutely blew up Boomery as he was trying to throw that ball. So roughing the passer by Caleb Thornton, obviously called. That one never stood a chance. So it will be 1st and goal on the 1 for Oklahoma. Boomery off the play action, dropping back, pop pass, Corbin Atkins wide open as the linebackers bite, and it is a 1-yard score for the home team Sooners. Extra point attempt up, and no doubt about it, by Demetrius Whitlock. Make it 7-3 OU. Just over 13 minutes to go in the first half. Whitlock will follow that up with a touchback, so we will see Charlie Trent and the Golden Hurricane offense start on their own 25. Trent goes incomplete to Darius Johnson on first down. He will look for Mark Jenkins on the slant route. Jenkins, strong hands, rips it away from the corner, and coverage goes down after a 14-yard gain. They will follow that up with a McGowan handoff. He'll find 6, so that will make it 2nd and short, make it 2nd and 4. Hand the ball off to Jonathan Ard, but he will be brought down by the defensive lineman who ended up reaching off his block. Great discipline play there. Only a gain of 1, so 3rd and 3. Trent dropping back. He's looking for Darius Johnson on a short little comeback route. Johnson has it in the hands and drops it. You could hear the doing up here in the booth, just springed right off his hands, and no conversion there. As with a 4th and 3 at their own 46, they'll be forced to punt from about midfield. Roy Greer, the 49-yard punt. Grant Stoltz for the Sooners, waving this one off as a fair catch. It's Tulsa's turn to have a corner go down as Parker Robinson seems to be a little shaken up on that punt play. So we will check in on him as well at halftime. Now, I will say, shout out to Roy Greer because he has pinned Oklahoma inside their own 10 at the 5. So Nick Boomery in this offense going to need an explosive drive to capitalize. Boomery handing it off to Grant Stoltz. That's no gain. 2nd and 10, they're back to Stoltz, and Stoltz finds some space following the pulling guard. Right hand on his shoulder. He's got 8. So 3rd and 2 at their own 13. Bomery, play action. Josh Wheeler running a corner route. Bomery lofts it up. Wheeler diving, and did he get the feet? The ref on the sideline going ahead and making the motion for possession. That is a 14-yard gain. And Oklahoma now no longer in the shadow of their own end zone. Now at the 27. Direct snap to Grant Stoltz, who will find space. He's got 10. Boomerang handing it off to Stoltz again, and he'll have no gain, but he loses the ball before he gets down. It's a scramble, and they will have a pile. So they are going to sort this one out. There are 3 refs in the vicinity trying to get players to move out of the way. And it looks like an Oklahoma and Tulsa defender are fighting for the ball, still down there at the pile, but they're going to rule possession for Carlos McElroy and Oklahoma. So Tulsa not able to capitalize on the fumble. Kind of a controversial call with 2 players actively kind of ripping and fighting for it, but the refs are able to say that they had seen McElroy jump on that ball first. Oklahoma retaining possession. And Bowery immediately capitalizing. This is a seam route up the middle. Brandon McNeil. He will be dropped right after the reception, but that's still 18 and good for a Boomer Sooner first down. Flag down before the snap as Oklahoma called a play, called an audible, called another audible on a hot route, and ran out of time, trying to do too much with too little on the clock. So that delay game will be accepted, pushing them back 5. Bowery hands it off to Robert Hine. He's got 8. So immediately grabbing a chunk of change on first down, make it 2nd and 7. Bowery, this one incomplete, intended for Corbin Atkins. So 3rd and 7 on the Tulsa 34 for the Sooners. Bowery dropping back to pass. He finds Corbin Atkins. What a throw. And Atkins diving ahead will go down after a gain of 18. So knocking in the red zone again is Oklahoma. Now up to the Tulsa 16. Bomery dropping back. This one incomplete, intended for Chuck Slade. 2nd and 10. Bomery dropping back to pass. A slant route to the goal line. This one jumped and intercepted by Ray Sean Washington as he'll grab a block and run the other way for what will end up being a gain of 11 before he goes down. Big time interception in the red zone for the Golden Hurricane. But the smiles and celebration end abruptly as defensive lineman Josh Thompson for Tulsa is still down. We will check in on Josh Thompson shortly, but that is another defensive injury for the Golden Hurricane. So it is now 1st and 10 on their own 19 for the Golden Hurricane following the clutch interception by the 23 overall junior. Trent hands the ball off to Jonathan Ard. He's got a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Trent looking up the middle. Mark Jenkins, he's got it and more. Steamrolls a linebacker en route to a 19-yard reception. Tulsa making some magic happen before half. Trent dropping back to pass, looking for Jenkins again. He's got it again. This one goes for 13 up into Oklahoma territory at the Sooner 47. Hand the ball off to Jonathan Ard. He loses 1. The second down call is to Cam McGowan, who has 4 on the carry. So 2:23 left to go in this first half. It is 3rd and 7 on the OU 44. The call is a handoff to Jonathan Ard, and it's blown up, read all the way, and snuffed out. Goes for no gain. Excuse me. So as we hit the 2-minute warning, Tulsa going to have to punt this ball back. 4th and 7. Roy Greer, the 48-yard touchback. 1:52 to go in this opening half. It is 1st and 10, Oklahoma on their own 20. Bomery dropping back to pass. He's under pressure. He rolls out right. He he feints the scramble so the corner comes up and pops it over the top to Corbin Atkins. And Atkins has green. He's got 40, 50, 60, the safety to beat, stiff arms him down, wave goodbye to Corbin Atkins as he will score from 80 yards out on the opening play of the drive. Corbin Atkins, and talk about the quarterback IQ from Bomery to just barely feint the corner enough to come down to play the scramble and pop it over the top. Demetrius Whitlock, the extra point, no doubt about it. OU extending their lead 14-3, just over a minute to go before half. Whitlock kicks it off for a touchback. So Tulsa still having a minute 43 and all three timeouts, looking to sprinkle some points on this half. Trent will find Mark Jenkins on the reception. He's got 8. 2nd and 2, it's McGowan, and he's got 3, but flags fly. Mark Jenkins, who's had one hell of a first half, is going to be called for illegal use of hands. So you can just hear the truck beeping in the background as it is now 2nd and 12, under a minute 59 ticks left in the first half. They'll hand the ball off to Jonathan Ard, who's got 5, and take their first of 3 timeouts. 57 ticks, 3rd and 7 on their own 28. They will hand the ball off to Cameron McGowan, who actually finds space. OU backing up, expecting pass. This one a direct handoff. He's got 8. Tulsa takes their second timeout. 54 seconds up to their own 36. Charlie Trent on the read option takes it himself, and it was the wrong idea. The defensive end waiting there to embrace him. That is no gain. Tulsa taking their third and final timeout with 51 seconds left in the first half. They'll hand the ball off to Cam McGowan, who's only got 4. So 13 seconds left. Tulsa just ready to call a run play and run this quarter out, as we will see Charlie Trent taking himself and slide after a gain of 2. So that will take us to halftime as we have a 14-3 lead in favor of the home team Sooners in this top 10 Big 12 division matchup. Don't forget, this game is sponsored by Arizona Iced Tea. You can find it affordable and just as good as it always is in a plethora of local locations near you. Go ahead and drop the $1.15 or whatever it may be in your area on a nice sweet can of Arizona iced tea and enjoy. So we will start the second half of play. If you remember correctly, we saw the Golden Hurricane defer. So we will see Charlie Trent and this offense come out to start the half. They were feeling a little discouraged. Puddle tried to get them back in it in the locker room. As we will quickly check on those 3 injuries here, starting with Tulsa's corner. And that was Parker Robinson, I believe. And it is safe to say it is not good news. Parker Robinson will walk out of this game, out of the stadium, for emergency surgery on his meniscus as he tore it on that play, out for 13 weeks. They will no longer have the rising sophomore on the field. As for defensive lineman Josh Thompson, little bit of an ankle issue, but it has been diagnosed as a sprain, so he will actually continue to see action in this game. Expect him back for the second half. As for OU, they went down a corner pretty early in the first half. If I can actually pull that up. And it appears that he will be fine. So no lasting long-term injuries for the Sooners to this point in the game. Rip Parker Robinson, you played well, and that is their number two corner, and they only have three rostered. So Godspeed, Golden Hurricane. Headed into the second half, it will be Demetrius Whitlock for OU kicking it off. It's a kick to the nine. Lozano with a 26-yard return. Great starting field position if you're Tulsa at their own 35. Charlie Trent dropping back to pass. He'll dump it off to Jonathan Ard, who will find space. Nice little juke inside. He'll go down after a great 28-yard gain to start the drive. Already in Oklahoma territory at the 37. Jonathan Ard back to work, but not getting the same production. He'll lose two. Second and 12, they bring Ard off to the sideline and sub in Cam McGowan, who got a 5-yard gain. Makes it third and 7 on the Boomer Sooner 34. Handoff, Jonathan Ard trying to find space, stretching, and nowhere near. He'll be 2 yards short. That's a 5-yard carry on third and 7. So fourth and 2 at the OU 29. Comfortably in Dave Perkins' range. And they opt to keep Charlie Trent in the offense on the field. So we will see the Tulsa offense go for it on fourth and 2 from the Oklahoma 29. This one, a handoff to Jonathan Ard up the middle, and he will be brought down for no gain. The hole was there, maybe a third of a second, instantly collapses. Ard, nothing to do but fall over, turnover on downs. Tulsa leaving that drive with zilch. So Nick Bomery in the offense to take over at their own 29. Bomery dropping back, he'll dump it off short to Chuck Slade, who will go down after a gain of 3. The second down call is to Robert Hine, who's got a 3-yard carry. Third and 4, Bomery looking. Grant Stoltz, this one overthrown. Bomery didn't quite set his feet on that one, so a quick 3-and-out for Oklahoma. Pedrozo punts this one 50 yards as there are multiple flags down on the play. Lozano doesn't care, keeps turning ahead. He's got a 23-yard return. But we have an illegal block in the back on Tulsa by Clarence Marv declined in favor of holding on Clarence Marv. So on top of blocking in the back, he also held. That is the first time I've ever seen a double penalty like that on the same player. But OU opting to accept the holding penalty. So Tulsa now inside their own 20 at the 19. Trent immediately making magic happen. It's his number one target on the night, Mark Jenkins. He's got 14. Trent on the ensuing first down takes it himself on the QB draw, slides for a gain of 5. Handoff to Ard on second down. He's got a yard. So it will be third and 4 on their own 39. Handoff to Jonathan Ard. Nothing going right. He tries to cut back left, and a blitzing linebacker won't let it happen. Cuts Ard down at the ankles, and he'll lose 2. So Tulsa now going 3-and-out. This is fourth and 6, and Roy Greer will be on to punt. 46-yard punt. Grant Stoltz on the return. Slips a defender and goes up the right sideline. Stoltz gets a block, grabs another, and will be cut down after a 36-yard return. That is a 10-yard net on the punt, and they are already in Tulsa territory at the 47. Bomery making quick work of this Golden Hurricane defense. This one to Josh Wheeler for 19, and they are really feeling that Parker Robinson injury. First and 10 at the Tulsa 28. Handoff to Robert Hine. He's got no gain. Second down, the handoff to Chuck Slade. Slade finds space. Slade will knife his way for a gain of 10. They are now inside the Tulsa red zone at the Tulsa 18. Hands the ball off to Robert Hine. He's got 6, so that will make it second and 4 at the 12. Handoff to Grant Stoltz. He's got no gain. So it is third and 4 at the Tulsa 12. Bomery dropping back to pass. right back corner of the end zone. Brandon McNeil, toe drag swag, touchdown, OU. Bomery, his third passing touchdown of the day, as the extra point by Whitlock makes this one 21-3 Sooners. I honestly hope you get another injury just so you can go do that. Here we go. Rolling on ahead, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Whitlock kicks it off to the 9. Lozano returns it for 9. Keith Lozano? Have we come up with a new nickname? A new nickname for a player? First and 10 on their own 18. They hand the ball off to Jonathan Ard. He's got 2. Second and 8. It's McGowan for 2. So that will make it third and 6. They hand the ball off to Jonathan Ard. Ard finds space, and Ard takes off, running like a track star. He's got 20, 30, 40, 60 yards, and he'll be cut down after a huge 61-yard gain. And the refs have waved it off and thrown flags, as they will call offensive holding on Alex Marshall. So they do get the yards, I believe, but or no, I'm tripping. Yeah, no, they got none of that. So 61-yard carry erased with that one. Yeah, yeah. So that will be a 10-yard penalty from where they were, which was the 22. So that will back them up to third and 16 on the 12. That was the play that would have broke the game wide open. Instead, game stays shut and it's third and long. They will hand the ball off to Mark Jenkins, who will only get 5. So we will see another Roy Greer Golden Hurricane punt. Fourth and 11, it's a 44-yard punt. Stoltz, an 11-yard return. So Oklahoma starting at exactly midfield. The refs will call it the 50. Bomery dropping back under immediate pressure, and Clarence Marv has his second sack of the game, surging right up the middle. Only a loss of 3, but still looks good on the stat sheet. Second and 13, Bomery, incomplete, looking for Josh Wheeler. Third and long, Bomery, incomplete, looking for Chuck Slade. So a quick 3 and out for OU, and it's going to be up to Tulsa with about 17 minutes left in regulation. Come back down 18. Pedrozo, 45-yard punt. Keith Lozano with a fair catch at Tulsa's own 8. So, again, you want to talk about some starting field position. It's been night and day between Tulsa and OU. Trent hands the ball off to Jonathan Ard on first down. Ard's got nowhere to go. He'll lose 2. Second and 12 on the 6. Trent takes it himself. He's only got 4. So third and 8 on their own 10. It's a direct handoff to Jonathan Ard, and he had no blocks, but he carved his own way to the first down marker, throwing off defenders, doing everything he can, and he'll have a gain of 12 to first down, as that will end the third quarter of play. It is 21-3 Sooners. Reminder that this game is sponsored by Arizona Iced Tea. And I'm telling you from personal experience that the best Arizona iced teas are in CVS pharmacies. If you don't believe me, go to your local CVS, grab a nice can of Arizona. Actually, it was a Walgreens. I take that back. Go to Walgreens. Go to Walgreens, get an Arizona iced tea can, drop $1.30, whatever it may be, and sip that glorious liquid, because it will be the best thing that you've drank this month. Arizona iced tea. Yes, thank you, DW. Speaking facts, Walgreens over CVS, I stand by it. Here we go. Start of the fourth and final quarter in this Big 12 game day. Number 10 versus number 8. And we will start off on the wrong foot, as Charlie Trent does not get the play call in. Tulsa delay a game to open up the fourth and final quarter. So that'll back them up 5, make it first and 15 on their own 17. Hands the ball off to Jonathan Ard. He's got 6. So eating a chunk of that back, it's now second and 9. They go to Ard again, and he's got 3. So 3rd and 6 as they go back to Ard for a third straight time. And I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is a 13-yard carry, and that will move Tulsa up to their own 39. I feel bad for you. You don't have a Walgreens or a CVS. Trent, handing it off to Jonathan Hardy's got no gain. This is gonna sound so funny on the voice recording. Charlie Trent hands the ball off to Jonathan Ard on that ensuing 2nd and 10, and he's got 7. So it is 3rd and 3 for Tulsa on their own 46. Trent dropping back to pass, looking short, and this one's jumped, intercepted by Sion Boatner for OU, and he's got a 9-yard return on the interception. A huge mistake from the veteran quarterback. Actually, I believe he's only a sophomore. I take that back. Charlie Trent is a freshman. I take that back times two. But his own coach calling him a freshman bum after the interception. But this one going back the other way, and we will see Nick Bomering and OU trying to seal this one. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Tulsa coming in this game without their starting quarterback and the true freshman making true freshman mistakes. Bomering dropping back to pass this one. Screen pass Brandon McNeil, and it's blown up by the Tulsa defense. Whistles blow as offensive lineman DJ Craven for OU appears to be shaken up on that play. And this one not looking too bad, but he is favoring that left leg. Might be out for the rest of the game, but still eligible probably down the line. Hopefully the training staff up in Oklahoma is good. 2nd and 12, hand the ball off to Robert Hine, and he's got 7. So 3rd and 5, Bomer dropping back, dumps it to Chuck Slade, who will knife ahead for a gain of 8, and an OU first down inside 10 minutes to go in regulation. Bomery incomplete to Ruben Nichols on first down and follows that up with an incompletion to Robert Hine. So 3rd and 10. Bomery again going to his favorite target on 3rd down. It's Chuck Slade, who's got a gain of 10. So they will move the chains there. Inside 9 minutes to go, they're up to the Tulsa 30. Bomery dropping back to pass as flag is down. He'll hit Josh Wheeler for a gain of 11. But we will see an OU penalty here as Phil Isom gets called for keeping those hands outside the box. He'll hold. So that will move him back 20, make it 1st and 20 on the Tulsa 40. Bomery dropping back to pass this one incomplete for Brandon McNeil. And OU just trying to rub it in Tulsa's face. They will call an offensive timeout here. 2nd and 20. They hand the ball off to Grant Stoltz, and this is a great carry. He'll have a gain of 10. 3rd and 10. Bomery dropping back, looking for Josh Wheeler, but he sails it. So it will be 4th and 10 at the Tulsa 30. We will see Demetrius Whitlock for a 47-yard field goal, the same distance Dave Perkins hit from earlier in the game in the opposing team's colors. Demetrius Whitlock lining up, foot to leather, and this one was wide left from the get-go. No good. And the score up on the board will stay 21-3 Oklahoma. A pair of missed field goals today. 1st and 10 on their own 37 for the true freshman and Tulsa. Trent looking incomplete for Kevin Frazier. Trent on 2nd down, incomplete for Mark Jenkins. So it is 3rd and 10 right off rip. They hand the ball off to Jonathan Ard, and he's got no gain. So what a brilliant drive from the Tulsa offense. They are sputtering at this point. No will to play. But another Oklahoma injury as Ryan Johnson for the Sooners goes down. And he will be favoring his foot here, but will walk off assisted, but still putting some weight on it. So it is now 4th and 10. Flags fly before the snap as we have a false start on Alex Marshall. So 4th and 10, scratch that. It's 4th and 15 for Tulsa. Roy Greer, the 45-yard punt, Stoltz a 2-yard return on the punt. 7:20 to go in the game. First and 10 on their own 25 for Oklahoma. Beaumary going short to Corbin Atkins. He'll be driven back for a loss of 2. Second 12, it's a Grant Stoltz handoff who goes for no gain. So third and 12, they will drop it off short to Robert Hine, who is nowhere close. 5:16 left to go in the game, and Pedroso gets this one partially blocked. Only a 30-yard punt. Keith Lozano on the return, taking it back. He has 20 on the return. And then the penalties come out. We will see Caleb Thornton of Tulsa getting called for an illegal block in the back. So that return quickly snuffed out. They will start on their own 43 instead of Oklahoma territory. Trent dropping back. He'll look for Darius Johnson. It's a 13-yard penalty. Did you say you love those flags and you need more? Here's a false start by offensive lineman Torian Harold for Tulsa. Move them on back. First and 15 at the OU 49. Trent hands the ball off to Jonathan Hart, who quickly erases the deficit. He's got 10, so it will be second and 5. Trent looking for Trey Ruth. It's incomplete. Third and 5. Trent looking. It's Mark Jenkins. He's got a big time 26-yard reception. If you want to talk about a bright spot in this game, look no further than Tulsa's Mark Jenkins. He's been having himself a day. So, first and 10 at the Oklahoma 13, 3 minutes to go. Trent dropping back. He's looking short. Trey Ruth ran a deep route, but has to come back. He's at the edge of the end zone. Trent fires it in there. Ruth has got it for the 13-yard reception and the Tulsa touchdown. Dave Perkins with the extra point. Mark, Mark Leroy Jenkins. No, but that extra point is up and good. It is now 21-10 Oklahoma, just under 3 minutes to go in the game. Perkins kicks it off for a touchback. Nick Beaumary in Oklahoma said to take back over. Grant Stoltz, the 4-yard reception. And we have one thing can make it better. Did you say more penalties? We've got defensive holding on Caleb Thornton for Tulsa. Well, you get your wish there, coach. First and 10 up to the Boomer Sooner 30. Hands the ball off to Robert Hine. He loses 1. Second and 11, it's Hine again for no gain. So third and long, make it third and 11. Beaumary sails it for Corbin Atkins. So 2-minute warning now. Tulsa still with all 3 timeouts, down by 11. Pedroso with a 50-yard punt. Lozano 12 on the return. So Tulsa technically with a touchdown. All 3 timeouts stop and another touchdown. They can win. But it will be up to Charlie Trent to score on this drive first. Trent dropping back. This one incomplete for Trey Ruth. Second down, dumps off short to Mark Jenkins for his 8th catch. And again, 3. Third and 7. Trent dropping back. He will go short to Cam McGowan, who tries to find the line of game, but goes down after a gain of 5. So game on the line, 4th and 2 at the Tulsa 41. Trent dropping back to pass under immediate pressure, so just has to throw it. Darius Johnson couldn't even run his route yet, and he will catch it, but he's dropped for no gain. And turnover on downs. Oklahoma will just honestly run this one out, as it looks like Oklahoma got Oklahoma got the possession, did nothing with it, punted it to Tulsa, and Tulsa turned the ball over on 4th and 1 with just over a minute to go. So that'll do it here in Norman, 21-10. Sooners with a big win, all things considered, as the higher-ranked team prevailed, number 8 versus number 10, as they knock off top 10 Tulsa. How many penalties did you get in total? It was 10 penalties for 80 yards. Honestly, just not a great day from Charlie Trent. Went 15 to 26, so 57%. 178 yards, one touchdown, one interception. We did see 8 receptions on 11 targets and 106 yards for Mark Jenkins. Yeah, the penalty. I mean, the 61-yard run alone that got called back off the penalty was just gut wrenching.